Hey everybody, I thought I'd take a few minutes and share with you guys one of the processes of screen printing is where I'm going to add my emulsion fluid. I actually still have a bottle of it good to go. Most of the time they say, this one says like 8 months in storage, 4 months or 8 weeks in storage at about 70 degrees, 4 months when refrigerated. I've had this at least 4 months, but it's been during the winter, and it's working pretty good still. So I already did 2 screens. I'm going to fill up this one real quick and kind of show you guys what I do. Just in case you're unfamiliar with this entirely, you can get this emulsion fluid online. This is like the speedball kit. I got one and I just stuck with it because it works just fine. In it, you get this little the sensitizer, and then the emulsion remover, and then they get the actual emulsion fluid. Basically what you do is you mix in, this is just like a powder. I don't remember what color it is. It's like red or something. And then you mix in just a little bit of water, cold water. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Mix it into here, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And then it'll turn this like dark green color. But once you dry it, it's like a light blue. And you can kind of still see the remnants of it a little bit here. So earlier, if you've seen some of my pictures on my Facebook today, oops, sorry for that noise. If you've seen any of my photos on Facebook today, I did some prints of my calamari because I washed these out with the emulsion remover. If you got this, use this. I got some of the cheapy stuff, and all it is really screen cleaner. It's not emulsion remover, and it sucks, but this stuff rocks. So this is probably like the, I don't know, 8th, 10th time I've done this. And the easiest way for me is to brush it on and then use a spatula or my squeegee, my fabric squeegee, which it's dirty right now only because I just used it on another screen. So the first time I did this, by the way, I just got this nylon brush, paintbrush, and I'm just kind of praying it onto the inside first, like so. And once you kind of work with it enough, you see it's got this weird consistency where it's kind of gel-like. And so when you put it on, it'll look like, oh, it's all smudgy, no worries. And then it just like doesn't want to go anywhere, but you got to work it, you know? And I just kind of like to throw it on there real quick. I'm just going to kind of put some on there on the corners. Normally I'm kind of working on a table, which I am kind of, but I just want to show you guys my method. And once I kind of got a little bit on here, I just start squeegeeing it. And I'm just going to kind of mess around here and do this because you don't want to dick around. I guess I forgot to tell you this part. It's very important that you do this in a lowly lit room because this emulsion fluid it's light sensitive. So I'm working right now. It's in the evening. I got the shades closed a little bit. And then I'm storing them when they're done. I store them in my closet face up or whatever, you know, so the bottom's not touching the table or the surface of anything. And it tells you to put something underneath of them, like a stack of quarters or something, so they're not touching, but I just flip it upside down. I don't see what the point is. Now, once you start working this, you have to work both sides. And again, I started using the squeegee after about the second time because the first two attempts, I put it on way too thick. Like I used a whole bottle of emulsion fluid for like one. It was a big screen, but it was way too much, and it was too thick. And when you lay it down to dry, because you got to lay it flat, you can't lay it upright. It started to pull. It started to puddle up these little pools, these droplets of emulsion fluid. So when it dried, it had all these just globs, and it sucked. I attempted to use a couple of this. I did like 4 screens. They all pretty much got ruined. I mean, I had to wash it. I could wash them out and reuse them, but for the most part, I had screwed it up. So again, I like to kind of get the corners. I mean, you're going to tape the corners anyway later when you're inking, when you're screen printing. But, I mean, I like to get that in there wherever I can. And the reason I use the brush instead of like the applicator thing, because there's like a trough you can fill up and then basically squeeze up against the screen and use. But because of my muscular dystrophy, I'm just not, it's just a pain in the ass. So this just works out for the most part way better for me. My assistant agrees. Wholeheartedly. Scratch my nose with my squeegee. So it's also very important not to touch the surface of either sides of the print of the silk screen, because you're going to end up leaving a fingerprint or something, you know. And you don't want to get you just don't want to get anything on here. You don't. I mean, I'm already working pretty dangerously by putting this on my lap because I got fuzzy clothes on, so you know I could easily get a piece of whatever stuck, which isn't normally too bad, but sometimes it can cause some issues. And since I'm not screen printing specifically like for commercial purposes, this is just my artistic stuff. I could care less really if there's any kind of inconsistencies. At least not with this project. At least with this screen. Nothing too major, at least. I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what I got. I don't know if you can tell, but there's globs of it, kind of, so we can get the surface. And I just got to kind of flatten it out, because when this stuff dries, it's got like that gel consistency. Definitely turns into like a smooth gelatin surface. And so the purpose of this is so that I can burn a transparency to my screen instead of having to basically hand draw the image onto the silk screen and then using what's called screen blocker to block out where I don't want the paint to go through. This essentially does it the opposite way. It puts the screen blocker on first, in a way, and then you burn the image to the screen, and then you wash away the emulsion fluid, and the only thing is left is where the image burned to. Okay, so I'm going to work this a little bit more. It's almost ready. And it's important to, again, low light. You don't have to do this in dark because you got to see. Every now and then, I'm going to hold this up to the light and just kind of see where I gotta see where the light's coming through. But for the most part, it's good to go. See that scratch? Oh, that's not a scratch, but that's not coming through. Man, I really hope that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm at 10 minutes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop. It's got shiny surface. I'm gonna finish this up. I got another one that fell down here, and then I'm gonna put them away for tonight. Throw them in the closet, dark all night. Let them get nice and dry. Tomorrow I will print up my transparencies, and then burn those, and then hopefully tomorrow night I can start printing this project of mine, which I hope turns out good. Otherwise, it'd be a complete waste of time. That's the one rough thing with working with these screens, which I gotta hurry up and get to for this dries. But it's a lot of preparation work, and if you fuck it up, yeah, start all over again. It's how I learned the first 3 times. So that and brownies. All right, peace out.